Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Cheryl Arkle, Serena Gale.
Hello, everyone.
You might know Serena. Serena hosted What Are You Reading? What, a few years ago now or a few months ago?
I think it was last year.
Last year. Okay, so Cheryl Arkle, Better Reading, Serena Gale, and she.
Scribe Publications.
I was about to say
Sorry.
that, but you can introduce yourself. What do you do at Scribe?
I am the trade sales manager at Scribe. So my role is obviously I sell all of our titles to Penguin Random House, who are the sales team who then go to all the accounts in the bookshops and sell our books on our behalf.
And I've got some Scribe titles here that maybe our readers might be familiar with. But anyway, let's start with What Are You Reading? Welcome, everyone. This is What Are You Reading? It's our favourite segment. We only do one segment a week, but it is our favourite. Now, you know how it works. You tell me what you're reading, and we will tell you what we're reading. Okay, do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to start with a book that I finished reading, but I absolutely loved it. It's going to be, I think, in my top 5 books of this year.
Oh, wow.
It's called Burnham Wood by Eleanor Catton. She won the Booker Prize for her novel before this one, and this book just, honestly, it blew me away. It is an ecological thriller set in New Zealand about a billionaire who finds a bolt hole, and then he goes basically to war with an ecological group who are trying to conserve the land that he's on. But it's just the ending completely shocked me. I don't want to give anything away, but anyway, really fantastic, big, meaty novel with lots of ideas in it, and I still am thinking about it long after I finish reading it.
She's from New Zealand originally,
Yes.
isn't she?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Is she still there, or does she write in the UK?
I think she's possibly back in New Zealand,
Right.
but I don't know that for sure.
Okay, all right. Let us know if you've read it and let me know what you're reading. Welcome, everyone. Cheryl Arkle, Better Reading. We've got a few people on board. Jill says hi. Christine says hi. Lisa says hi. Jessica says hi, Cheryl and Serena. I am reading Leaving Ocean Road by Esther Campion. We've been talking about Esther today, haven't we? What a coincidence. Esther lives in Tasmania, and we're hosting an author dinner in Tasmania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we haven't sent the invites, Esther, so don't worry. Judy just finished The Ghost Fields by Ellie Griffiths. Not the best book in the Ruth Galloway series, but, you know, that's just the way it is, isn't it? Yvonne, hi, Yvonne. Yvonne's reading The Quiet Tenant. Now, sometimes they fly up really quickly because there's so many people.
Well, there's one, Caroline Manners is reading Dirt Town by Hayley Scrivener.
Yeah.
Loved that book. Fantastic.
Do you want to talk about that?
So she is a writer based in Canberra. It's her first novel. It's a crime thriller, and it's about a girl who goes missing, and each chapter is kind of told from a different perspective, and it's just a great small town kind of mystery. That was in one of my top crime books.
Oh, there you go.
Really loved it.
Well, Carolyn's with us almost every week.
Okay.
So she's a great reader. So she's also reading Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. Have you read that? No, and she's enjoyed both of them. Yvonne's reading The Quiet Tenant by Clements McCullen, I think. 20 pages to go, so reading and listening. Oh, right. I love that. So it's an audio book, obviously. Alita says hi to us, and she's reading Drowning by T.J. Newman.
It's on my pile.
Terrifying and totally engrossing. Very terrifying. Julietta Henderson, who's also an author. She's a Penguin Random House author. And she often joins this segment. Julietta. Sorry, not Juliet. And she says hi to us, and finally reading The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window, etc., etc. Bonkers, but great. I love that review. Thanks, Julietta. Sally says, hi, ladies. I'm reading The Soul of a Woman by Isabel Allende. We love her. I interviewed her for that book. I did. I recorded a podcast with her. I know I've said this before, but I was in San Francisco once and hired a studio near where she lived and recorded a podcast with her in person, which was such a thrill. She was really, really beautiful and just so generous. Malvina has just begun reading Girl Detective Girl Detectives Just Want to Have Fun by
It's a good
Philippa Gay. Loved it. I can't see what the others are. I'm not liking this new setup, Dex. But anyway, they're always changing things up for me. You know that. Now, let me talk about what we're reading.
Yes.
We're reading The Chasm by Bronwyn Hall. This is our book of the week. It's a really great atmospheric thriller, and it's a follow-up to Bronwyn's critically acclaimed debut novel, Gone to Ground. Perfect for fans of Exile. So do you know this one?
No, but I have
Yeah.
read Exile.
Oh,
so,
you've read
yeah,
Exile.
yeah.
Okay, there you go. Now, we're working on this project, and we had the lovely Shankari Chandran who won the Miles Franklin Award. So congratulations to Shankari. She was here in the office on Friday. Really beautiful book. A really serious big book. Have you read any of hers?
I have not, but I have that on my pile.
Let me know if you've read this book. A huge accolade in terms of winning the Miles Franklin, and hopefully it will sell its socks off. Well, I think it's gone to the bestseller list, hasn't it?
Yes.
So congratulations, Shankari. All right, what have you got?
A book that Scribe published just last week, actually. It's called Young Rupert by Walter Marsh, and it's the origin story of Rupert Murdoch and it's basically how he became who he is. And it's Walter is a young journalist from Adelaide. He wrote an essay which won a prize. He then sent us the first couple of chapters, and it was through the slush pile. And my boss read the chapter and said, I think there's a book in here. And now we have this great investigative journalist book. And he takes us right back to Rupert when he's 21 or 22 and living in Adelaide and takes over the one newspaper that his father's left him. It's really good. I mean, if ever anyone who's watched Succession, which I'm sure is a lot of you, it just, it's about power and money and dynasties, and it's really, really good. And so he's doing lots of media at the moment.
Oh, great. Okay. It's a subject that I love and that Joan tries to keep me quiet about. But I do enjoy it. Jane's right here in the background. Julie says, hi, ladies. Reading an old favourite, Trustee from the Tool Room by Neville Shute. Yeah. Jane just finished The Tea Gardens by Fiona McIntosh. Great read. Now reading The Hidden Hours by Sarah Foster. Jessie says, hi, ladies. Hi, ladies, reading Breaking All the Rules by Amy Andrews. And says, hi, ladies, just started Southern Aurora by Mark Brandy. Gosh, wow. He was doing he was here last week. Okay. Was that last week? Yeah. 2 weeks ago. He's wonderful and such a great writer. Do you love the books? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
And the man is gorgeous. I mean, he's so lovely.
I haven't met Mark, but...
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
I'll just have to go back and watch a segment, I think.
Yeah. He was very good.
Great.
Okay, what else? What's next for you?
All right, next for me is, I know it came out last year, but tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
Do you want me to hold it
for you? Okay. Yes. So this book, so many people said to me, Serena, you have to read this book. And part of me was like, I don't even like video games. I don't know anything about game design. Why would I want to read a novel where the two main characters are game designers? But let me tell you, when a book makes you care about a subject that you didn't think you were going to, this is really a book about friendship, and it's not romantic love. It's about friendship. Two characters, a boy and a girl, who meet in a hospital in childhood. They write an incredible game together. It's really epic in its scope. I reckon I cried a couple of times. It was such a genuine, authentic kind of connection of characters. And it was an insight as well into a whole world that I didn't really know very much about.
And did you learn about gaming?
I did.
Yeah,
but look, I haven't bought myself, a console or a PlayStation, but I really appreciate the sort of the research and the time and the passion that this author has. I think it really, I was mightily impressed.
Right. Well, that's a rave review. Let me know if you've read it. Let me know if you want to read it.
I mean, look at that cover, though.
I know.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous cover. Yeah. Is it Penguin Random House?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Well, that's out now. So let me know what you're reading at home. Cheryl Arklbetter reading, Serena Gale from Text Publishing, Scribe Publishing. Did you ever work at Text?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's why I got
That's
that
why
mixed
we
up.
got
Yeah. Now, listen, if you want to ask Serena any questions about publishing, Scribe is a small publisher that punches above its weight. You're based in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you say the flavour of the list is?
So we publish about 60 to 70 books a year,
Mhm.
and it's so probably 70% non-fiction, 30% fiction. We do a lot of translated fiction, like the one that this one here, Cursed Bunny. We do some Australian fiction as well. Health, psychology, politics, really kind of current affairs as well. We published Nikki Savers' Bulldozed last Christmas.
That sold terrifically well.
Yeah, which was massive. So, I guess and also some history as well. We've got a book coming up in November, which is being simultaneously published in the US and the UK, and it's called A Woman I Know, and it's a feature filmmaker who wanted to write the story of the first female astronaut at NASA, so a little bit kind of Hidden Figures vibes. But as she's researching and talking to this woman, a whole other life emerges that she had as a CIA spy.
Oh,
and
wow.
It is the most jaw-dropping. I mean, it's a big complex. It's about, there's Fidel Castro, there's spies, there's arms dealers, the politics, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and then it culminates in the
So she was a
JFK.
CIA spy who also worked as an astronaut.
Well, I can't say too many
Oh,
things.
okay. All right. We can't give that away.
No,
What's the book called?
It's called A Woman I Know.
A Woman I Know.
And
Look out for it.
It's
And
coming
it's by?
November. The author's name is Mary Haverstick.
Okay. All right. Remember that, guys. We'll talk about it
Yeah.
at the time. Okay. What have we got here? Hi, ladies. Just started Southern Aurora by Mark Brandy. Oh,
Yeah.
we've talked about that. Were you telling me to hurry through?
No, I was just scrolling the
Oh,
comments.
No. I was just wondering because I get into trouble, so I thought I was going to get into trouble from you. No. Okay. I get into trouble sometimes for not doing it properly, but I am doing it properly. Thank you, Serena. Julie says, "Hi, Cheryl and Serena. I just finished The House of Now and Then. Very good. And listening to Project Hail Mary. Are you a book listener?
I'm not a book listener
At all.
I'm a reader.
Wow.
Yeah, old school.
Well, a lot of our readers do both.
Yes.
And a lot of our readers do one or the other. I do both. I really, really love nonfiction and memoir, and I love it when the author is reading the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a different experience.
I know that audio is massive and it's huge and it's fantastic, and I'm probably, the only person who's never listened to an audio book.
Do you listen to podcasts?
I'm not a podcast.
No, oh gosh, I can't.
Know.
I'm
just a book reader.
Yeah, I devour about 2 or 3 podcasts. That's a day, I think.
I mean, I know what a podcast is.
Yeah. Well, because, a podcast determines my length of my walking in the morning.
Okay.
So I walk for as long as I'm listening. Right. But anyway, do you know this lovely Vanessa McCausland? I think it's her 4th book, and it's called Dreaming in French. Is that not just the most beautiful cover?
Wow.
She was in the office just the other day, and we recorded a podcast with her. We took some really lovely photos of her, and this is her next book. And it's a little different to her others. Can somebody pass me her others so we can do a little comparison? Some podcasts that are out this week. Ali Parker, The Foot of the Cherry Tree. That podcast is out now. Is that not the most beautiful cover?
There's some beautiful covers everywhere.
Yes, there are. And Diane Yarwood, The Wakes.
Oh.
Yeah, do you know her?
Yep.
Yeah, she came into the office. Lovely, lovely. Now, I'm just going to show you Vanessa McCausland, right? So these are her previous books. Look at the different treatment. I think this one was her first one, okay? And that is her second. I don't know. I don't know the order of these, but these are her previous books. But look at that compared to that. Going in a different direction. There you go. Now, I just want to ask everybody at home about covers. Does that influence the way you choose a book? Does that influence what you read, a book cover, or is it you're going to read it anyway and you'd prefer the cover to be what you like? What about you?
Well, see, I also moonlight as a bookseller. I worked at Readings Carlton at Christmas last Christmas, and hopefully might do it again this Christmas. Hi, Readings, if anyone's watching.
Great experience.
It is
to be on the shop floor.
You know, to be on the shop floor. I mean, covers. I mean, I don't know. It's such a personal and very subjective. I mean, what one person loves, another person, I don't know. But I think that they can sort of signal, you know, something about the book, as in even just when you were holding up the different ones there, you know, you can tell that this is contemporary. Yeah. You know, that's probably a little bit more, maybe not historical, but there's a different kind of mood and a feeling that they're
fantastical, I think.
Yeah.
A little
so
bit
I think what covers what their job is to tell the reader before they've even, you know, opened the book, sort of gives you an idea of what the book potentially could be about.
Yeah. Tell me your thoughts at home. I'd really like to know. Okay. Sonia says she's reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Yeah.
Kate says, hi, ladies. Melissa says, hi, Cheryl and Serena. Reading A Kiss from Mr. Fitzgerald by Natasha Lester, who's very popular with our readers here. Christine, I'm reading Homecoming by Kate Morton. What a fantastic book. It had me hooked from the beginning. Jill says, just finished Old Farts on Tour by C.L. Hocking. That's fantastic. I know what that's about. Rachel, hi, ladies. Everyone, she's reading Everyone Here Is Lying by Shari LaPena. Karen says, hi, I'm reading One Day We're All to Die by Elsie Esther Hurst as a preview. Oh, that's one of our previews. That's fantastic. You know about our preview program, don't you? Okay, Kate says, I'm currently reading Mole Creek by James Dunbar and The Willow Tree Wharf by Leonie Kelsall. What else have we got? Meryl says, I'm reading City of Ice by Brian Klingborg. Fiona says, hi, guys. I have read and enjoyed both Burnham Wood and Dirt Road. Currently listening to Cinnamon Garden, which is the Booker Prize winner. Yep. Do you know I made her a cake when she was in here the other day? And guess what kind of cake I made?
Cinnamon.
Yes, cinnamon tea cake. I did. There you go. Jill Wright says,
smart.
Love that book. Linda says, The Librarians is what she's reading.
Oh, yep, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, Rita says, The Henna Artist by Alki Joshi. I think we talked about that as well a little while ago. Linda says she's reading Librarian Spy. Oh, that's what she was meant to be typing. Sharon says, hi. Jill says, love Cinnamon Garden, because it's been out for a while, so people have had a chance to read it. It's not a new release. Lisa says, hi, I'm reading a review copy of One Day We're All Going to Die. That's another one. That's fantastic. I mean, we've got so many people out there reading for us, which we love.
Can I just say, Elise Kelly, Lessons, Ian McEwan, that was also my top 5 books of last year. I thought it was like a return to form. I've read lots of Ian's books and it was amazing. So,
I love him. I haven't read Lessons actually, but I've read just about everything else. I met him at the Adelaide Writers Festival one year. Have you ever met him?
I have not.
Yeah, he was a lot quieter than I imagined him to be. Annette is reading 12 Steps to a Long and Fulfilling Death by Sarah Smith. Sharon Hill is reading Dark Mode by Ashley Callaghan Blunt. Holly Gee just finished 12 Steps as well, and it was good. Gemma is reading The Olive Sisters by Amanda Hampson. Malvina, hi Malvina, she's reading Project Hail Mary. Would have been one of the best audio books I've listened to. There you go. Because some of the audio books aren't just one person reading. I mean, a lot of them are, but a lot of them, it's like when you used to listen to the radio at night, and there's different
characters.
Different voice actors, and they're very well produced these days. Kathy says All the Broken Places by John Boyne is what she's reading. Emma's just joined us and says hello. Okay, Jessica says, I have never listened to an audiobook either, Serena. I'm a reader like you. There you go. Julie is talking to Malvina. Kate, Vanessa's books are fantastic. That's Vanessa McCausland, who we're talking about. Judy, I often choose a book by its cover. There you go. Thanks, Judy. That's interesting to know. Sally, absolutely need to love the cover. Oh, wow, that's so interesting. Malvina, always love a great cover. I won't let a bad one put me off, but I have an impulse, bought a book for its cover. Teresa has been reading Tricia Stringer's Keeping Up Appearances, and yes, sometimes she judges a book by its cover. Lisa, a beautiful and striking cover will make me pick up a book, but it needs to be a good blurb as well for me to buy it. It's so interesting, isn't it? Gemma, definitely do like a cover. The cover does show something about the book. Christine, a good cover makes me pick up the book and read the blurb. There you go. Because, you know, a lot of our readers at home, and I don't know how many books you read a year. I don't read nowhere near as much as they do. They're reading 50, 60 books a year. Some of them are up to 100. So I guess there's got to be more than just recommendation is what I'm saying. I mean, they love better reading and we love them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Jessie, the book cover and the blurb is what draws me into the book. Eve says, hi, I'm reading Caro by Chris Walmsley.
Oh, it's a scribe book.
Is that a scribe book? There you go.
That.
Thank you. Emma, yes, I know we aren't supposed to, but it does give you an indication of what the book is about. That's judging a book by its cover. Jay said she's reading The Escapades of Tribulation Johnson. It's excellent, and the cover is fantastic. What else have you got? Are you going to talk about Anne?
Well,
we love Anne.
I actually have only just picked this up
right.
last week, so I haven't started
Anne Patchett,
yet, but I
Lake.
really love Anne's books. I've got all of her. I've read everything. Do you know, this is how much I like Anne Patchett. Because she owns a bookshop in Texas.
In Nashville.
Nashville.
Yes.
She's
invited me there, Serena.
She's invited me too.
Oh, we should go together.
I emailed her and said, could I come and do work experience like I'm 15 years old? Can I please come and work in your bookshop? Like
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. And then there was the pandemic and, you know.
Right.
So anyway, that's how much I love Anne. I want to go and work in her bookshop. Just a couple of weeks just to, you know, see what it's like.
Well, she told me she's not in the shop often, but just to let her know. I recorded a podcast with her with her last book, I think it was. It was via Zoom, obviously, because she was over there. I was in San Francisco at the time, and she's like, well, come over. Come to Nashville. I didn't, but you know, we should go over.
We should.
Yeah. So, I don't want to work in the shop. You can work in the shop, but I'll come in and say hi.
So Serena and Cheryl go to Nashville.
Okay, all right. And if Anne's watching, no, we're coming. Okay, now we're nearly out of time. Have you got any more that you want to talk about?
There's one more that I'm just excited about, which I heard Richard Flanagan talk about this book at a book conference I was at recently. And it's called Question 7. It's autofiction, so it's not memoir, and it's not a biography, and it's not fiction. So it's that category, I think, where it's a novel based on real events. And it starts off with Rebecca West and H.G. Wells, and then there's the atomic bomb, and then his parents, and it's sounded like the most kaleidoscopic, incredible daisy chain of events, and it's a book about just about all the things in life. So I'm kind of really excited to hear more about the book, but also to read it, because as he described it, everyone was sort of sitting there kind of astonished.
He's an astonishing writer, isn't he? Yeah. I spoke to his brother Martin yesterday.
Oh, he's got a new book out.
And he's got a new book out. But also Anna Funder's got the new book out called Wifedom. And there is this year a few kind of mixed genre books, if you like, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because Wifedom, it is...
Because Anna's in the book.
Yeah, it's part memoir, part fiction, part non-fiction. Martin's book is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll talk about that further next week. And Richard's is the same. I think there's a few.
Yeah.
Richard Flanagan.
Yeah, there you go. So that's... I think that might be coming in November, but anyway, that's one that I've noted down, you know, that I think Richard Flanagan's won the Booker Prize, so, you know, he's got an incredible reputation, and I'm really curious to see what he does next.
Absolutely.
We know what he's doing, but I haven't read it yet. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, all right, we'll finish off some of these comments. What have we got?
I'm reading. Bernie, do
you want to read some of them out? Because you can see.
Right. Yeah. Bernie says, hello, I'm reading Before We Were Innocent by Ella Berman. Sandra Scully, hello ladies. I'm reading Dreaming in French by Vanessa.
Oh,
the one that
gosh,
we have.
there we
Yes.
go. I like a little segue. There you go.
There you go. It's from Sarah Watson. Hi, Cheryl and Serena. I'm reading Homecoming by Kate Morton.
Mhm.
And she loves front covers, but there's so many great books I hear about lately. I think I'll make the decision to read them before seeing the cover.
Right.
Well, and that's another thing is I think the biggest thing is word of mouth.
Yes.
Friend-to-friend recommendation, bookseller recommendation.
Better reading
recommendation.
Mhm.
Yes. So person to person.
And also too, we recommend, they recommend to us, but they
exactly.
readers recommend to each other on
Yeah.
the Better Reading site.
And that's, that's what I love about people and books and how it's what a community you've built.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there's lots reading Chai Time at Cinnamon Gardens.
Yes. And what about the Vanessa Causland?
Yes.
What else have we got? Eve said, I just would like to say that I love to read.
I love to be read to.
Oh, I love to be read to. Oh, which I do too. I think that's one of my favourite things. I agree with you, absolutely. And she doesn't like audiobooks anymore. They are more like radio plays these days than having the luxury of one person read. Isn't that interesting? I get where you're coming from. Do you know when I listen to a podcast, I've spoken about this before, but particularly if the author has read it. So let's say the Michelle Obama Becoming. Me and Michelle are like that. I just have that kind of direct relationship with them. Gabriel Byrne was another one, a beautiful memoir that I read.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he and I are best friends.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Jan is met him.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, small world.
What is that?
6 degrees of separation.
6 degrees of separation. Okay, peeps, we're out of time. Thank you so much. Now, is there anything I have to remind? Oh, there was one more book. I had a post-it note to talk about this. Sit, Stay, Love. Oh, there it is. What a beautiful cover.
See, looking at that cover, I'm going to say, I don't know this book, but I'm going to say it's rom-com, contemporary. There's a bit of playfulness there. There's obviously a dog involved because, the title, I'm going to say it's an uplifting, fun rom-com with a dog in it.
That's exactly right. Thank you.
There you go. And that's why I'm a professional.
Thanks, Serena Gale. Yay.
Thank you, Cheryl.
See you next time. Take care and see you next Thursday. Bye, everyone.